Oh, there we are. Welcome back. Episode 3, Season 2. Show is not growers. Show is
That
not
is
growers
not
because
true.
Jack's not here. Jack's a true grower, not shower, but we're the opposite, obviously. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. I'll start off by saying what's going on in my week. We have some exciting stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's no Jack today, by the way. Jack is
no Onk.
ridiculously no unks.
He's died of old age.
Yeah,
Disgraceful.
he's having some digestive issues, I think. So he's not joining us today. But anyways, so yeah, some exciting stuff coming to the academy rehab wise. Took me a lot longer than I want to admit, but some good exercises are recorded. As soon as Jack's feeling a bit better, we're going to get it all uploaded, so it's all online, ready to kind of program for our clients, which is really, really cool. I think us providing rehab as a additional service is going to make us stand out from other coaches, because not a lot of coaching teams have rehab specialists. And me and Jack have spoke about this. I feel like if the rehab starts really picking up and people start noticing it, you're going to start seeing all the different coaching teams get their own rehab specialist, the same way one team got opposing coach and now all the teams have opposing coaches. So it is really, really interesting. Apart from that, still in a deficit. I think I'm like two pounds down this week, which is pretty cool. Definitely some good definition coming through now, which is really cool to see. A few posing tweaks from the man himself. Definitely, I've never really seen my hamstring light up like that from a side shot, which is really fucking cool to see.
It looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, apart from that, just chilling, to be honest, and working, obviously, in the clinic, as always. How's your week been, man?
It has been good. So honestly, it's been like same old this week, but with a couple of different things. I actually had a social life yesterday and went to Lincoln to meet an old friend. He kind of described it and he went, "Oh yeah, we got a village gym." And I was like, okay. So I'll go do a leg session. It'll probably be like, dumbbells, stuff like that. I went in. It was the best gym I've ever been to. And I'm not even joking. Like, it had like Prime, Nautilus, Cybex, everything in this really small gym. It reminded me very much of Metro Gym. It's quite cramped, but it had like a really nice feel to it. And I walked in, I was like, they've got a posing room exactly there. What the fuck has gone on? It's a village gym. Which was sick. They also just had tripods spotted everywhere, like ones from the actual gym. So it's a good gym when they provide tripods, because we're all wanky nerds and all that. But anyway, it was really, really good. It's been kind of like same old this week in terms of like just going through the motions. I had another 3 inquiries this week, so it's been pretty busy in terms of setups for me, which doesn't sound like a lot for a lot of people, but with the amount I've got going on, it's been tricky, but it's been good. I'm starting to really feel like kind of an up and coming coach, which is quite nice. Like I'm getting busy. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm fortunate to have to be busy about the thing I love, which is just amazing. So I'm really, really happy with that. I'm just looking forward to MBW, which both me and Camille are going to, and we're going to train together, and I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered by him. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, that's kind of the roundup of this week. I think what we were going to say is we're going to have a general little yap together, and then potentially get straight into some questions that we've both got. Put some stuff on our stories.
Yeah. Put like a would you rather on your story. I put one up as well, actually, but I got 0 responses.
That is so sad.
I'm not up and coming like you are.
No, I just put it into a group. I put it into a client group chat. It was just like, guys, can you just literally just not hold back on these? So I haven't looked through all of them, but then I also asked for some questions, just some general life questions. And I've got one from my girlfriend saying, "Why do you love me so much?" So I could yap about that forever, but ultimately she has a big yes. That is why. I'm just. But anyway, so do you want to get straight into some questions, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I say, do you want to start on the would you rathers, or do you want to start on the questions?
We'll start on the would you rathers because I think they're quick fire.
That's good. Okay. So hang on, I need to get it up. That is something I've definitely said before. But anyway, let's have a look. Sorry, I couldn't help it. So we have got. Let's have a look. So you've got some simple ones. So gym in jeans or gym in leather trousers. That is great.
Gym in jeans.
Gym in jeans. What? Why? Why over leather trousers?
Because I've seen people in the gym with jeans, but I've never seen anyone in the gym with leather trousers. I think leather trousers gives like sus
Yeah,
vibes.
that is crazy.
Gym and
Okay,
jeans just is like a wrong end. Like, but gym and leather trousers, it's like there's something going on up there mentally.
that's fair. We'll alternate, and we'll be like, I'll ask a question to you, and then I'll ask a question to myself, because obviously we've not got these, because you've apparently got no one who likes you. I'm joking. Right, so we've got Omar asked me, I don't know if they want me to name them, but he asked me free weight or hammer strength, or is this free weight or HS? I gather that means hammer strength, and cables only for the rest. Oh no, it's free weights or hammer strength and cables only for the rest of your training career. Ooh, okay. That's pretty difficult. I think honestly, I want to say hammer strength and cables, just because I'm a little bitch, and I don't like a lot of free weight movements. And I think you can well, like I say, we're good enough to the point we're just too cool where we can replicate all the stuff we do in free weights on cables and hammer strength machines. Almost everything. But yeah, I think only because I really want to try. I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen Paul Standell's like kind of a glute kind of fucking masher? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll show you after the pod, but it's something I really want to try on cables. It basically challenges all the kind of components that the glute does at once. So
glutes seem to get mashed anymore.
I need to try it glutes, man, on stage for real. But anyway, so we've got one from Jack. Only fats or only carbs forever for you, Camille?
Well, that's just a silly question. Oh, actually, wait,
no, it's not. I was going to say
that.
it's not.
I've always done that. Well, considering I'm enhanced, I can just take all the hormones that I need. And then without carbs, you just won't train. You won't be able to progress at all. So you're basically saying keto or no fat. That is, yeah, it's got to be no fat for sure.
Yeah,
you can inject the hormones, but you can't inject carbs. You can't inject energy. And like think about like fruit. You can't eat fruit. You can't eat.
Oh.
Like there's so much that you wouldn't be able to eat. Fats, but eggs as well.
Yeah, eggs.
So, that is a difficult question. You eat egg whites for the rest of your life, like.
Oh, that is. Yeah, I remember Jack gave me them in prep, and I was like, I'll eat them, but like it just doesn't look appetizing.
Yeah, I just did it for the Instagram story. I bought like a pack of egg whites, and I put it on my shelf. I didn't use it once. I took a story. I was like deep in the cart, and then just put it on the.
You actually, that is what?
Put it on the shelf.
That is some shit Luke would do. That's some shit Luke would do.
I could bring myself to bed.
That is yeah. You know what? That's fair. Okay, we'll move on. We've got oh, actually, off the back of that, only chicken or only egg whites. So, I think that's just pretty obvious. I think only chicken. To be honest, I think egg whites are so fucking bland. It's unreal. I mean, obviously you can spice them up, but like they just, I don't know about you. I don't know if it's because I'm cooking them badly, but they just turn out grey, I swear, like egg whites. If you do them, you've seen them properly.
So
yeah.
That's so grim.
Okay, we've got one from one of my clients. Eat as much as you want, but never put on any muscle, or never eat again and have the ideal body. I think I know what you're going to choose, but...
Considering I just started a dieting phase, never eat again and have the ideal body.
Yeah, fair.
Food, like as a bodybuilder, you learn to detach yourself from any emotion behind food, whether that's in a bulk and you can't stand eating more food, or whether that's in a cut and you're hungry all the time. So frankly, I don't see food as pleasure. I see food as a means to reach my goals. If I already reached my goals, then fuck food. Do you know what I mean? I'll just drink my water.
Eats for function.
Exactly.
You're one of them guys. Yeah, Luke would hate
you. 7 eggs, 3 bagels.
No, that is insane. That is actually insane. I love the variation there. But anyway, so we've got about like 4 or 5 left. So I've got another one from one of my clients. Would you rather own your own boat or your own plane? Oh, that's right. So you're basically asking, would you rather want to go basically anywhere you can, at kind of in quite a short time on a plane, or would when I think of a boat, I don't think about somewhere I want to go around the world with. I think like just some fucking nice cruises along the ocean, and then back to where I am. and just have like a little boat party. I think, nah, to be fair, I think own a plane because I've only ever been abroad like twice now. So I need to go on to some more holiday. Have you been on many holidays or not?
With the family, yeah. This year we actually went on holiday in between my exams when I was still at uni. Went to Spain. That was really, really nice. But like that was my first like lads holiday.
I remember seeing your stories from that.
Yeah, so we went absolutely mental. But that is a really, really good question, actually.
I like it. All right. I've got one from Ryan. The classic guy winner. Oh no, you weren't at WNBF, were you? Not WNBF, UKDFBA. But he's someone who trains in Hull. Very, very nice guy. So let me just get it up because I told him to DM me it because it was a long one. So he said, only be able to take cold showers, but only be able to eat hot foods, or only be able to take hot showers, but only be able to eat cold foods, drink included, apparently. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it's got to be cold food, hot showers.
Yeah.
Drinks included, because like only drinking, because imagine like drinking 4 liters of hot water a day. Like
fuck that.
Yeah, you know I mean? Every single meal you eat is hot.
Mate, you're obviously not a hardcore bodybuilder. You don't want to take them cold showers. What are you doing? You should be waking up, putting some inspirational music on, and getting in that cold shower.
Did you see Josh Bridgman put up a post where it was like some sort of motivational post? It was like, as a man, you got to do the hard shit, and it's like it cuts to a reel of him getting out of an ice bath, and he's like shaking like this, and then the next clip goes to him pressing into his calf, and he's got like pitting edema, like in his calf. Yeah.
Oh.
Kidneys.
Yeah. I tried to stay off. You know, that's one thing I actually want to talk about. Because you asked a good question later, but I actually try and stay off social media as much as I can because I swear I just build up like the worst kind of what's it called? The worst kind of like I almost like build a personality for someone off their social media. And when I meet them in person, they're just completely different anyway. So like I just wait to meet them in person before I do that. Because like it was like when I saw people at UKDFBA, they were just completely different in person. It was so sick. I'm excited for. Did you see quite a lot of people when you went to PCA? Like quite a lot of famous people.
Yeah. Finn was there. All the natural physique boys are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you chat to any?
Yeah, I chatted to Noah. I chatted to Josh a bit because they all train on my gym.
Yeah.
So I'm good mates. Well, I say good mates. Like I know I've trained with Josh a few times. But yeah, I was chatting to them for a bit, and then there was quite a few enhanced boys, like some physique collective. Not physique collective. Fuck, what was it? Physique Pro.
Yeah.
The coaching team. Yeah, there was quite a few of them there. So Jack was chatting to them, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, my name's Camille." I just slid in the conversation.
That's what I tried to do. I tried to hop off the back of Jack when I was doing.
Yeah. Well, like the most wholesome conversations I have is with just people like standing in the queue.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you're a coach. Yeah. Are you a coach? Yeah. I've got athlete competing. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm competing next year. And then it just goes into like look at physique shots, like, and then you just pick up like I added like 4 or 5 people on Instagram, all coaches who are like really, really sound. So like I feel like when you're interacting with people who are higher up than you, they don't give you the same sort of attentiveness as if you're at the same level, if that makes sense. Like I got a lot more out of conversations with people who were just at my level or a little bit above, rather than all the like fucking physique pro guys who are like up there.
Yeah. It was not that's what I said. Like at UKFBA, I mean, I had some conversations with Jack Kingsley Clough. He was nice. He was really, really nice. He's super, super nice. I talked to quite a lot of like what I was saying to one of Luke's clients, actually, it's probably one of the only endeavors that you can go down, like bodybuilding, where you meet so many like famous people on Instagram, you know, like you see them on Instagram and you just get to like be very close to them and literally just have conversations with them. I can't think of many other kind of like when you think of other sports like football and shit like that, you're never gonna get close to Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not comparing like Finn from Natural Physique to that, but like it's such a weird, it's almost weird. You're like you almost feel part of the community even though you're not. It's like it's really strange, but I love it. I'm very, very excited. Not WNBF. What am I trying? MBW is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, bodybuilding, like in general as a sport, is very tight knit. Like because we're bodybuilders ourselves, like 50 to 75% of the media we consume on Instagram is going to be bodybuilder related. So like we know pretty much all the big names and most of the small names in the industry. So we're all constantly exposed to it. So it's like they're famous to us, but like, you know, if they go out into general public, they're not going to be like, oh my God, it's natural physiques. Like, not like they would do with Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. Do you know what I mean? But like, I know exactly what you mean. Like the first time when I spoke to Josh in person, I was like, whoa, like he came up to me and then he was like, he asked for my name and then he introduced himself. And then I don't want to play it off, but I was like, yeah, I know who you are. Like, I was like, well, Nat, you're Olympian, yeah?
Yeah, it is actually kind of mad. Yeah, I'm actually kind of jealous of your gym. I wish I trained there. To be fair, it does look mint. But anyway, I'll get back to the questions because I feel like we could actually yap forever. But anyway, we've got another one. We've got oh, this is quite a good one. Only unflavored protein or unflavored corn. You have to have both in your diet, right? Let's just say you have both in your diet. Which one would you prefer to have unflavored?
Cool, for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't deal without the
protein is more universal.
There you go. Man's thinking for the function, eating for function again. Disgraceful.
You can have protein oats, you can have protein with core, you could have whey drip, you could have fucking protein pancakes. There's so much more that you can flavor protein with. Core, you're just gonna have core. You're not gonna put core in pancakes, are you? Like,
yeah, I've just seen your question. I love that. Right. We'll finish on your question, then we'll go to the other questions, like the actual questions where we can kind of lead off. But we've got have a social life or have 20-inch arms. That's what you asked me. Okay. Oh, that's actually, you know what? This shouldn't be like a difficult question, but it is because 20-inch arms. I'd be so unbalanced though. I'd be so like my arms would be the size of my. Well, I don't think it's the size of my quads, but you know what I mean.
Who cares? Who cares? Got 20-inch arms.
Shall I just wear oversized trousers for the rest of my life? I think so.
Yeah.
I just wear vests. And then just like a block in front of me, like a rectangle in front of me, so they can't see my chest. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 20-inch arms. I don't even care at this point. I'm a coach. We're in a lonely profession. All I need is my clients. You know what can I say?
Correct answer.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll go on to some of the questions. But mate, we need to do them Would You Rathers again because I reckon if we keep posting, we can get a lot. And I love the really, really interesting ones. So
yeah, the good ones. You need to hop on this. We did like a rate your physiques. That was really cool. And I think you would pick up quite a lot because you could do a lot of posing with that. And then 1 week we also did training clips, which was quite good for me because then I gave a bit of feedback from rehab, and then obviously Jack gave his insights as well. So that's something that we can definitely put up again, like with you. And but yeah, sorry, continue.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I think that's a very smart idea. And I don't know why I'm literally thinking back that thing you said about the rehab stuff when you're getting a rehab coach and like every other coaching team is going to pick up on that. I actually think that's so true. Like it's exactly you gave the perfect thing about the opposing coaching. Like everyone, you know, you got a butcher and then everyone else got opposing coach, and it's like, yeah, it's going to be the exact same there. But I feel like with the rehab, it's going to take a lot longer because, funny enough, there's not that many rehab professionals like yourself in the industry. There's also a coach, so it'll be interesting to see that. So I have got some questions that we could answer both of us. To be fair, so I could answer it and then you could answer it, or you answer it and then I answer it. We've got one from Omar here. Proudest recent PR and why? I'm going to ask that to you, Camille. If you want to think about that, or if you don't have one in your head, I can think of one. I think
like a gym PR.
Yeah, like a gym PR.
Okay.
Why? What are you? Oh, like I mean, no. It's just a proudest recent PR. No, it can be live PR if you want to do live PR.
Probably okay. I'll do life and gym for the sake of it. Live PR would probably be like registering as an osteopath and actually like practicing as an osteopath. That hit me really hard. But gym PR, I would say it's difficult. I'd say for probably 5 plates on the prime. That was
on the prime upper back row.
Yeah.
Oh mate, I'm catching you up. I'm gonna catch you up, mate. You can't be doing that. No, I'm joking. I got like 4 and a bit for 5. So like it's not like
on the mid or lengthened.
Oh no, all in the mid. That's the
Oh,
first
okay,
that I've
good.
got.
Yeah, you are catching me up.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Good.
but it's 5 reps, mate. Like,
Yeah.
and we probably do them different ways. You can just go, you're taller than me, so you got longer leverages. You got bigger moment arms. That was sciencey speak there,
Yeah,
even though that doesn't
my
make sense.
scapulator.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
scapulator.
yeah, exactly, mate. My scap. You need to get on my scaps. I need a movement analysis.
I can give you some treatment when we go down. I'll see if I can bring my crack bed. We could actually do
Sure.
some treatment, see if it helps.
Yeah, I'm down. Right. So what you say? 5 plate upper back row, and then what OCFP. They are some decent PRs. They are, especially.
Four and a half plate pull down. That's quite good.
That's pretty fucking good. Yeah,
On the
fair enough.
sit down.
Oh, what on the? Is that the? You're not meaning the single arm one, right? I was
Yeah,
gonna.
single arm.
What 4.5 plates?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, that's crazy. That's the one that's got like kind of the D handle kind of coming down from it, and that's fucking heavy as well. Like, yeah, you know,
Best pull down I've ever used. So good.
Yeah, it is unreal. A lot of people. That's in Ultraflex Durham. I've used that once, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Well, I remember it because I was like, fuck, that's heavy. So anyway, so we've got for me, I'll go with live PR. I think honestly, it's gonna be really cringe, but realizing that I'm better at coaching than I thought I was. Like I think you can maybe relate to this. I'm not too sure. But like constant self-doubt is like something that plagues me quite a lot. And I think it plagues everyone, especially going into a business where there's so many good coaches and there's so many there's so many coaches full stop. There's going to be some good ones. And you almost compare yourselves to them. But getting messages through, like I had one day where I'm not afraid to admit, I literally actually burst out crying because I got one day where like 7 of my clients, I remember counting it, 7 of my clients have sent me messages saying like, you know, their client wins. I still haven't posted them. I don't know why. Kat's hit me the hardest. Kat messaged me saying like, you know, she used to kind of look at her photos and be like, oh, not like them or whatever when they went on holiday. And now she's like, oh my God, I've got quad to ham separation. What the fuck? And that was really, really nice, especially knowing, obviously I'm not going to get into her personal life, but knowing stuff that she's been through it really hit me hard. So knowing that just having a pleasure of being a part of that in someone's life is just such an underrated thing. That's my why as a coach, really, you know, being honored to be part of that kind of transformation and feeling them feelings of euphoria almost through them. That's so nice. But anyway, God, I'm gonna get emotional talking about that. And then probably going to something less emotional. Probably proudest recent PR in the gym is, I think, getting to 4 plates on the pendulum. I think it's like a Watson pendulum. I'm not too sure what it is. Pretty heavy pendulum, and like having people notice and be like, 'cause I had one of Kenny's clients is a coach around me, really good coach. And he came up to me and was like, I'm not seeing many people do that, especially as young as you. That's what he said. I was like, get in. So yeah, that was kind of my proudest moment. And that was like, I've doubled the weight that I started on, which I'm pretty happy with that. So that is my proudest recent PR. So pretty wholesome. We have got, this is probably a good one for both of us. You are planning on competing next year. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Have you sat down and had a call with Jack about shows yet or not?
No. So I'm in a mini cut now. We've got a call booked for when this mini cut basically. Well, I say mini cut. It's a cut when this cut finishes.
Okay. So I've got a question from Nat. Which shows / how many do you have your eye on in Prep 26? So I'll answer first, and it may give you kind of like a spur to go through, but like kind of what federations do you like the most and stuff like that. So I've talked to Luke. I was going to pull up my prep timeline, but it starts in April, and I'm looking to compete like back end of the year, so close to September-ish. Or maybe I think it's a bit before August, September-ish. So it's like a 20-week prep till the first show. But I'm playing on. We've got a mini cut before then, so I'm really not going to be fat at all, which is really good. And we know that I can lose weight pretty effectively. And I'm planning to do 3. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm not betting on any finals or anything like that. I'm not that good of a bodybuilder. But I'm planning on doing BMBF. I know it's such a stray one, but I think it'd be a good first show. I think having that time between the 2 shows, it's the only one that has that time between the 2 shows, will give me a minute to kind of prepare my thoughts going into the evening show. And then also I'll get someone to film my posing, and then I can look at my posing and be like, right, well, this, because it's going to be my first time on stage. Like, I can be as good as I want to be in my back garden doing posing, but it's different on stage. So it gives me that time to kind of collect myself, especially since it's been on my first, well, it'll be my first show. I think it'll be a good one. I like the lighting. The only thing I don't like is, why the fuck do you not do tanning BMBF? Like, you're a bodybuilding show. Well, I think I'll do PCA. I think PCA's always run well. I mean, from the sounds, when Camille and Jack and Nat went, it sounded spectacular. And then I'll do UK the FBA, I think. I don't think I'll do WMBF. I'm not too sure. I think them 3 shows I'll do. Do you have an idea, or are you looking now, Camille?
No, we said 3 for sure.
Okay.
I mean, first timers is going to be Classic Tool, and then I'll probably go to a show, because I don't think PCA do Classic Juniors, but they do Juniors bodybuilding. So I'll compete in bodybuilding, which will be interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'll have a think about that in the posing. So
yeah, I'll compete in bodybuilding, which I'm not too excited about, but we will see.
No, you'll do. Some of your poses are really good, man. You can definitely translate them to bodybuilding.
I think I'll do pretty well in Classic. I'm pretty confident. I'd like to say I'll get invited to finals. We'll see how it goes. But I want to win at least one show. Maybe not an overall, but I want to win a category out of show. That's sort of my my mindset going into the next season. Well, I'll say for next season, it's my first season. I'd like to win a show, yeah.
That's quite high up expectations, but you are a fantastic athlete. It just depends on what turns up on the day. All I'd say is, if you don't win, please don't fucking bin yourself and quit the other shows, because you never know who's going to show up on the other days. You could, like, Ed's a really good example. One of Finn's clients, he got sick for his last show. Fantastic athlete. Then he just went and did the PCA and won. So, like, I mean, it's mental, the difference between 2 shows. But yeah, I don't doubt that you can't do really, really well in Classic, for sure. I mean, in bodybuilding, you could also do really, really well. Like, your most muscular is fucking mad.
it depends who shows up on the day. Like, you said it perfectly. But like, you could just get I mean, first timers probably not. Although there was a guy who competed in PCA first timers a couple of weeks ago. He was fucking huge. I think it was 230 lean on stage. But it is very, very rare. And I've been to two first timers PCA shows, and like the standard, like at the amateur level, it's just conditioning and posing. Like, you can get away with being the smaller guy, and in fact, you do very much get away with being the smaller guy if your posing and conditioning is better. I've seen guys who are like Instagram coaches who are like 260 in person get on stage and they're like a watery buffalo, and they can't pose for shit, and they don't even place, even though they're like 2 or 3 times the size of some of the guys who are placing. So size isn't anywhere near as important in the amateur ranks. Maybe at a finals, much more to consider, but like in a first timers, not even, I would say.
What I'd ask is, do you think with the way not natural body, just bodybuilding as a whole, is kind of going, the standard is kind of increasing, especially at natural bodybuilding shows? I think that'll push some of the enhanced shows to be a bit better. Do you think first timers is kind of going to turn into just people who are actually pretty fucking good now this season? I'm kind of confident. I think the standard will be higher. I think conditioning is kind of, especially with people looking at natural bodybuilding, they'll look at that and be like, wow, people are turning up absolutely peeled. I need to fucking do that. Even if they're a first timer. So, I mean, it's not like people haven't been doing that from now. It's just people are shit at it, especially some of the enhanced guys. And I have to say it, then the first timer shows are sometimes absolutely fucking shocking. But yeah, do you think the standard will be better this season?
I can only hope so. I think natural bodybuilding has shifted so much in the past 24 months. Like, the standard, like you said, has increased so much. And I think the enhanced boys, there's a lot of misinformation about gear usage, and gear can help you diet, but it can also fuck up your diet, especially taking too much gear and too much of specific compounds. So I think it's not even just the standard of athletes, but the standard of coaches coaching that athlete needs to improve to bring a better overall look. Because as enhanced boys, we have access to a lot more tools, but that doesn't mean that we need to use them. And the people that do what the best in enhanced competitions are typically the ones that take the least amount of gear. You know, and like people take like these ridiculous cycles. Like there was a guy who I'm mates with this guy from Wales who had a client competing in a show. Bearing in mind he was on gear, but he wasn't telling his coach that he was on gear. And
What the
apparently
fuck?
he was taking like 300 megs of tren, test, mast, and T3, T4. And he came in, he was watery, he was flat, he looked like shit. And he like his posing, because he was so angry, like all of his shots, he just got a bright red face going like it just didn't look good. He didn't even place. And like I'm pretty sure there were guys who beat him who were nine.
That's on him.
Like,
I mean, for not telling his coach, that's fucking shit. Like, how are you not doing that? That is crazy.
That's what I mean. The people, that's the thing. Like people who take gear and compete at that amateur level, they either don't know what they're doing or they're taking gear for the wrong reasons. They try and take too much too soon. They don't make the most out of the dose that they're taking. They get a bunch of sides. Like skin issues become a massive problem. You know, you're sweating like a fucking pig because you're on so many compounds. That becomes a top problem because your tan gets rubbed off. So like there's these like small minute things that add up to the bigger picture of why the standard is so much worse. And it all goes under the guise of miscommunication, misinterpretation, and the lack of knowledge for steroids, basically.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we'll move from that very like I think we talked a lot about that. We answered that pretty well. We'll move from that to a very, very short one from my girlfriend. Best song. That's a long one. I can't answer that. No, to be fair, I did answer it earlier. Best song to work out to. I honestly, well, can we go best genre and then best song? I think best genre. What are you thinking? What do you listen to?
Can I give two answers?
Yeah, give two answers.
So recently with legs, I've been listening to a lot of like old school film soundtracks. So The Hobbit's in there.
Oh yeah.
Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, World of Warcraft.
That's crazy.
Just like really like emotional songs that kind of throw me back because I've been a D&B connoisseur. I'll happily admit that. But when it comes to training legs, I'm quite like an angry trainer. Like when I train, I tend to shout. I get in the zone, which is good. But I tend to lose composure in my leg training recently.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I noticed that. And I was like, okay, I know I can get in the zone, but let me make sure I'm not too much in the zone to the point where I'm just slinging weight around, which is why I got injured in the first place. So I've been experimenting with different music. And honestly, it's worked a fucking treat, honestly.
Yeah. Right, I'll go with mine then. That makes complete sense. I think I'm the exact same. So I used to go quite a lot metal. So like Five Finger Death Punch, stuff like that. But now I'm very, very calm in the gym. But I still can tap into that, like in my head. I just don't need. I'm just one of them people who doesn't need to shout, and I don't have a go at people for shouting, except for you, Camille. You're fucking a knobhead. But so I'm gonna train with him, and he's gonna be so loud. But it's nothing I'm not used to hearing. All them grunts.
Switch it on.
Fuck's sake. I'm doing a 5. I'm warming up on the 5 kg dumbbells, and he's like, more. But anyway, I like listening to kind of like a bit of a Dell. Dell is pretty fucking good.
That's a good job.
What's one? When We Were Young. That's one that I really, really like. And I've also got one from we mentioned him earlier in the pod, Josh from Natural Physique. He has a song where he gets a bit emotional on the hack with it. It's Somewhere Only We Know by Lily Allen. I don't know if you've seen his stories about it, but it's a really fucking emotional song, and I like that. I literally exclusively say, I don't know if you do this, let me know if you do, but I exclusively save songs for certain sets. It's really, really cringe, but I save that Lily Allen one every time for the pendulum because it just worked to me. I literally just switch on and it's just nice. But yeah, that is my answers. That was really posh. Fucking hell. So, Camille, you actually asked a really, really good one. And I think I'm actually going to ask you it as well. But let me know if you want to answer, if you can think of one, because it's quite a deep one. What is one fact about you that you haven't yet shared on your socials? Do you have one that you could answer with, or do you want me to go with it? Because I'm very open with my socials. I think a lot of people know, but I could talk about some stuff. There's a lot to yap about. Do you want me to?
I mean, the one thing recently is, this isn't bodybuilding related, but the one thing recently, I think, growing up, I had quite a toxic thought process with girls, and that's something that I've recently been working through because I now have a very loving girlfriend. I love you, Jules, if you're listening.
No.
She actually watched the last pod, by the way. She listened to us. Yeah, she watched it with her mate, and like apparently I said something about it. She's like, "Look at the screen, like."
Now you two are really, really cute. It's nice to see you doing well.
But I think I've never really felt like genuinely secure in a relationship, and I feel like when you're actually in a healthy relationship, it's actually even harder because it challenges you to unpack the things that you don't want to unpack about yourself. And like telling her like my deepest, darkest secrets has been honestly one of the best things I've ever done for myself, because not only am I being true to her, I'm now also being true to myself. So yeah, that's something that I don't really share. But
that's really really nice. I completely relate to that. Like, get it. I literally started coaching kind of just before I got with Becca. And I can only say like that's literally, it just helps you tenfold, right? Like with coaching being such a, we could go on an entire podcast about this, so I'm going to try and keep it short. But with coaching being such a lonely profession, unless you're in like a coaching team or something like that, it still can be lonely, right? But with it being a lonely profession, it does really help to have that one person there to support you. You know, you are effectively sat at your screen for especially if you're a busy coach, sat at your screen for like, you could be like 10 hours a day, realistically, or you know, like 8 hours or whatever, and you're just sat kind of just talking to yourself. As much as you're displaying that information for another person, you are just sat in a room talking to yourself. And it does really, really help to have that one person that you can just get off and you can go and see. Like Becca's upstairs now. I'll probably go see her after this pod, and just go and see it. And it's really, really nice.
Yeah, I think one thing that really stuck with me that I read recently was like, behind every great man is an even greater woman. And like, if you have the wrong woman by your side, she'll break you down and she'll add you more stress. But if you truly have the right woman for you, she's only going to make your life better. And that became apparent for me. It's like, if I want to become who I need to become, I need someone that's even better than me by my side, backing me the whole way.
Same-sex male couples are screaming at the air right now. They can't have a great woman behind them. I think they'd prefer to have a great man behind them, to be fair. Sorry,
of course you're thinking that. Of course you're thinking that.
Fuck's sake. But no. I completely agree. That is, as much as I'm trying to make a joke out of it, that's very, very nice.
I love you so much.
I can't tell if you're talking to your girlfriend there or me, but you know, we'll take it. So, what? That is crazy, right? With the one fact about you haven't shared on your social, I'm very, very open with a lot of stuff. I think I've shared it on my socials before, but haven't really talked about it fully. I don't want to like get really deep or anything, but like I've talked about it before, especially my transformation reel. I don't know if it's still there, but I basically had like quite a major operation when I was younger. It was actually removing a tumor that was around my aorta and my spine. And I think I'm not going to go into the depths of that. Don't worry, we're not trying to make it depressing. But I think coming to terms now, realizing how much that's actually affected me, like I almost distracted myself with uni and everything like that and work and stuff like that. And now even now, it was in year 7, right? I'm only just unpacking that now. And it's crazy how, even though that was like a major thing, right? It's still kind of like a little thing in my life for how long ago it was. It's crazy looking back and seeing how many of my decisions were dictated by the confidence I have coming off that. I was obviously not very confident coming out of being I was like 50 kilos. And that's when I actually started my journey of the gym. But kind of progressing from there. And now I'm actually still 50 kilos. I just haven't made any progress. But no, yeah, coming from there and trying to, you know, kind of unpack that now is something I haven't really, I don't, the only reason I said it is just because people might not know. That's kind of the fact that's a thing that happened. And I'm pretty epic for that, you know, getting cut open and being alive. So, yeah, that's one fact that's about me. I could talk, I didn't really talk about a lot of it there, but I could talk about that for hours. But I don't want to make the podcast depressing, basically. But yeah, slightly less. Yeah, slightly less wholesome than Camille's answer. Okay. Neo asked me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm too I think I'm too posh for this. I don't understand what this means, but I think I can kind of gather it. How much for you to back it out? I'm gonna guess what that means. I'm gonna say it is 50 quid for most people, free for you, Neo. Actually, I'll pay you. Honestly, I'll pay you. I think I've gathered what that is. I don't think I'll ask you for that to you, Camille, to be honest, because I think people would pay you for your insane glutes. Anyway,
To be fair, I always back it out. That's the problem. On my private story, I post it all the time. Yesterday, did you see the rehab videos? I'm
mate,
actually quite scared to start sending them to people because it's going to get clipped and it's going to end up somewhere.
you look like the letter P. You just do. I don't know what it is. Oh, no, B. Sorry. Like, it's crazy. You just can I have that issue? Like, what the fuck? But anyway, I'll move on. So we've got I've got two more. We've got, if you weren't a bodybuilder, what would you do? Should we say if you weren't a bodybuilder and coach, what would you do?
Yeah, I think I asked that one actually.
Yeah, you did. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to say it. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay. So if I wasn't a bodybuilder, well, I did psychology, PE, and something else at A level. I can't even remember what it. Biology. That was it. So I had quite like kind of like a sporting background already, because as we know, psychology actually does transfer into sport very, very well. Then I moved into uni and I did sport and exercise science. But I think if I was to go back and change that, I think I would have quite liked to done something in the sciences. I did have an interest in biology. Sorry, Luke is absolutely spamming me. I would like to have an interest in biology. Something in biology. I think being like a biomed student or something like that would be quite interesting, but I would need a lot more smarts for that, and I just don't have it. So what about you? What would you want to be?
I think if I didn't go into osteopathy, coaching, or bodybuilding, I'd like to say I'd do some sort of martial art. Something that I've always put off, simply because I know that if I started it, it would pull me in to the point where I wouldn't give bodybuilding 100%. I'm very much like, when I start something that I really enjoy, I just pursue it. Maybe that's the autistic in me, but I feel like I did during my prep, I had a week where in the absolute gutter mentally, I hate everything. I hate bodybuilding. I hate myself. So like I did a bit of kickboxing, and I've really, really, really fucking enjoyed it. And I remember back in my top off and they're like, "Oh my God, how are you so lean?" I'm like, "I'm in prep. Shut up." Like, but yeah, I like some sort of martial art would have been cool. I'm really like into the UFC and stuff. I really enjoy mixed martial arts, but even like kickboxing or boxing would have been pretty interesting. But yeah,
I mean that's a very, very good answer. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why. Too much of is the test making you into an aggressive man, even though you were natty when you did. But anyway, we've got another one from you, because I'm just gonna say it's from you because you'll say it. But I might change. I'm gonna have two things here. You've put, what are your long-term goals in bodybuilding? We're going to answer that, and I'm going to say we might round up on what are your long-term goals. Just that. What are your long-term goals, business, life-wise? We could finish on that because I think that people would be interested to hear that, to be fair. So do you want to start with me with bodybuilding, or you, because you've got a way more successful career ahead of you than me? But
no, I wouldn't go that far. Listen, I could fucking slip when I'm treating a patient, snap my spine. We never know.
Well, but, hopefully not. That wouldn't be ideal. I honestly thought you were just gonna go like this. Fuck's sake.
I mean, I'd like long-term goal. I think I'd like to step on stage at the Olympia, and I'll go from like long term. I think I'll go long term to short term. Like long term, step on the Olympia. Then the paving stone before that would be to become a pro, like IFBB pro. And the stepping stone before that would become to become a PCA pro. And the step before that would be to win an overall. And then the step before that, which I'm at now, would be just to win a category. So that would be the stepping stone, basically. I think, considering my age and considering how much I've grown this year, I think if I just had another 5, 6, 7 8 years of doing what I did this year, I could be in a pretty fucking nasty position to do some damage. I think I just need to because I'm in this weird age gap because I haven't competed, but I'm a lot older than you know, for example, the big names that have competed my age that are like IPP pros now. I haven't earned my stripes yet. So I'm still to like see what I look like on stage, what I need to improve on, etc. Actually get the experience. I feel like after my first season, my goals will change. But like this first season is going to be like arguably the most important one for me because it will kind of outline whether I wouldn't say good enough to be a bodybuilder, but whether I have it or I don't have it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's smart. Okay, we'll go on to mine and then we'll say long-term goals. So you can kind of think while I'm yapping. My bodybuilding career won't be long. I'll compete a couple of times, but I know I don't have the genetics or structure to do like, you know, to go pro. I'm not thinking about going pro. It's just something that won't happen. Unless I do, you know, somehow do fucking really well and I look way better when I prep, but we'll see. But to be honest, this season, a massive goal for me is to place. If I place, like if I get 5th place, honestly, I will be fucking over the moon. With the standard juniors this time, I just don't. If I'm honest, I don't think it's going to happen. But my goal, my actual goal, as placing is kind of optimal, or not optimal. It's kind of like my ambitious goal. I think just getting on stage and not missing an entire fucking beat throughout prep. I haven't missed a beat in this off season. I won't miss a beat in this prep. And I'm saying it now. I'm going to make sure I do not fucking miss a beat in that prep. And I can say when I get on stage, I can be like, right, well, I couldn't have fucking done more. I literally couldn't. If I haven't missed a beat, like even if I was to say, let's just say I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now and I had insane structure and I win a show. If I know that I binged on a night and I still won a show, I'd be pissed off. Elliot, you know, the guy who went PCA pro, Elliot, yeah. I can't remember his last name. He said he was pissed off. He would be pissed off he won and he didn't do well. And he didn't do well in his prep. Like you know, having that high standard of yourself is really, really important. I think my internal kind of ideologies are more important than the trophy for me, if I'm honest. I know that competitive bodybuilding is something that I would love to be able to do. We'll see how much I grow, right? But, you know, I'm being realistic here. We'll see. I haven't got the most insane structure. I have some decent muscle on me for how old I am, but it's just decent, right? I'm not a freak. But we'll see. We'll see. I just don't want to miss a beat in this prep.
Yeah. I think you'll surprise yourself how far your ability to pose and if you nail condition can take you, because I think you're putting yourself in a subcategory of like, oh, I'm just gonna place. If the way I view things is like, if you aim for the stars, you might reach the moon. Does that make sense?
No, that's good.
So
I like that.
It's by telling yourself you just want to place, you're almost already limiting yourself, because even though you're ticking all the boxes, if mentally you don't feel like a winner, then how do you expect to be a winner? That's the way I feel. It's not to say what you're saying is wrong, but I think you'd actually surprise yourself up how well you can do, because one, you're a posing coach, and some of your posing has been nothing short of extraordinary. Like you are really, really good at posing.
Thanks.
And you're only going to get better. And you're only going to get better. Okay. Just 2 minutes. I'm just going to finish glazing you. But like you have good structure. It's not perfect, but you have good structure, good muscle bellies, especially in the lower, which will make you stand out as a natty, by the way, because a lot of natty boys have shit legs.
Yeah.
So you have like, if you pose to your sort of structure and your strong points, you could do a lot better than what you'd expect. That's what I'm going to say.
No, that's fair. I completely agree. I have like almost an autistic, Beck will know this. I have like almost like an autistic way of thinking about things. And it's, why are you laughing? I have like an autistic way of thinking about things. And I'm very much like, I don't really think of kind of things ahead. I'll just focus on doing the do now, which sometimes fucks me up. But if I focus on, I think too many people are way too much outcome driven rather than just their actual things they're doing right now. And if you realistically, like, this is one thing that goes to all clients out there, don't worry about, you know, the future. Just think about doing the things that your coach has told you to do. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in prep. If Luke tells me to do fucking 15K steps from going from 2K steps, I fucking will do it. Because that's my job as a client. But anyway, I'm very much just kind of in the now. So maybe I am being pessimistic of the future. We'll see. But whether I think of that or I don't think of that, it's not going to change me at the moment. I just need to carry on doing what I'm doing because I'm progressing, which is great. But I get what you're saying. Like you are completely right. I'm just too autistic to see it. So when it comes to your actual long-term goals, we'll round up on this because we've been yapping for a long time. But it's been fun. So what are your actual long-term goals? Coaching, relationship, if you want to go into that.
So I don't know if Jack will kill me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Something that I approached Jack with originally as a really long-term goal that I think would be a good idea is to have like an Archer Academy HQ, which will consist of potentially a small gym facility, a rehab facility, a small clinic, or at least some practice rooms, and to get your blood work done. So basically it will be like one location, even though we all live from home, but we have like a headquarters where we have everything we need. That would be like the pinnacle of goals. That would be like what I would want most. If us, the Academy boys, managed to get that, that would make me like, I don't know what I would do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like breaking it down into steps. I mean, I'd love to open a clinic, whether that's in the headquarters or, you know, long term, if we don't end up doing a headquarters. I think for sure having like a clinic, like an osteopathy clinic with like a rehab facility would make me satisfied. And then what, relationship wise, get married? Like, should I say that?
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Specifically to me. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? So is that everything? You don't have any other long-term goals you can think of? Or because that is quite a lot, but I just wanted to ask if you got any before I start yapping.
I mean, I guess just grow the business inevitably. The final goal would be to open the headquarters, but in the meantime, I don't know, get to like 40 clients. That would be a big milestone.
Yeah.
Transition. Okay, I got a good one. Transition to fully online. That's something that I'm trying to do now because I'm still working osteopathy. But if I go into prep, I want to go fully online. So I don't have the stress of not giving my patients everything they need because my face is sunken in and I have about enough glycogen to do 2,000 steps. So yeah, that would be good. Like if I fully went into coaching and rehab online, I think that's probably the next big goal for me right now.
That's fair. And that leads me on probably perfectly to mine because that is one of mine. I think with the way I'm going right now, I want to hope it continues because I want to quit my part-time job. I'm working in retail. It's just it's going to sound so weird, but I need like more stimulation. I can't just fucking sit there for 6.5 hours or 7 hours just moving stuff. Like it genuinely kills me. I'm not even joking. So I need to move away from that. And I fucking hate it because I'm sat literally. I still do work. I still do coaching work when I'm at. I literally get told off it by my managers, but they're all right. But like I'll get my phone out and I'll answer clients, and then but it just kills me because I'm like I could be doing this 6 hours. I could be spending furthering my business or doing something else. But that's I need money. That's how I do it. Unfortunately, I don't charge enough right now to be able to go fully online. Camilla, are you still here? Your connection's going a bit. No worries. But unfortunately, I don't have the facilities for that, big man. But I don't have the facilities to go online right now. But I want to try and do that by. I don't want to set a timeline kind of goal on it, but I want to have a safety net. So around probably 30 clients. If I get 30 clients, that'll be pretty good. And I'm on my way there now. So I want to try and hit 20 by the end of the year, if I'm honest. That would be pretty cool. Considering I started on like obviously one, but I coached a couple of people for a while, and it kind of only grew very, very steadily. And you know what coaching is like. Once you start to get more clients, you're going to get more referrals. It's kind of a snowball approach. So it's probably quite, I think 20 is doable by the end of the year. But we'll see. But
you've got more clients than me.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I think, well, I can owe it all to a lot of I have a couple of clients who literally referred me everywhere, which is so nice of them. I promise I don't pay them. They're just super nice. I have a lot of people based around me as well, so you can tell it's referrals. I think I connect with a lot of uni people. That's probably where I connect with most, and I'd say that's where I'm specialized probably the most, kind of helping them people. But I've got a lot of people from my actual uni, and that's not me from going round. That's not me going round the uni and being like, oh, come coach me. I've never done that. It's just from my clients, you know, talking nice about me, which is really, really nice to hear. And I think other long-term goals is potentially be part of a team, or like have maybe coach a coach a fucking prep client. That'd be cool. Camille, you fucking all right. But like coach a prep client, that'd be cool. I think like I'm still very much lifestyle-y. I think my kind of where I get most satisfaction is like I'd prefer to see someone going, oh, I've lost this much, I can fit into my jeans, than getting on someone on stage. If I'm honest, it just brings me more satisfaction. Or I help someone who's heavily immobile, and I work with Camille to help them. But like if they're heavily immobile from being overweight, and they go down, they're like, wow, I did my first bodyweight squat today. That fills me with more joy than getting someone absolutely peeled. And that's just how it's going to be. I think that's just how I've been brought up, maybe. But yeah, I think maybe getting someone on stage would be pretty cool. But we'll see, because I don't actively kind of say that. But I feel like once I'm going more into the posing coaching, which I am, it kind of brings around that competitive nature. I feel like, because you're gonna eventually get a lot of people, and they'll be like, oh, are you say if you get someone on the posing coach and they're like, oh, do you actually coach? And I'll be like, yeah, I do. Because people still ask me that, which is crazy. It's same with Jack. Like Jack said the other week, people still ask him if he's a coach. It's like I literally post as much as I can, just saying I'm a coach, and people still ask that, which is quite funny. But anyway, that kind of rounds me up. I think getting someone on stage would be cool. Further up in business, joining something, and potentially going full time would be pretty cool.
Nothing for the missus.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Nothing.
sorry. Bin the missus off. Get a man in my life. No, I'm joking. No, I think potentially.
Okay.
No, I think potentially seeing if I can build up enough money for a ring would be pretty cool. But we'll see. Becca's probably what? Sorry.
Little cock ring.
Yeah, that kind of ring. Yeah, it would have to be little as well. No, but but no, I think that'd definitely be something I'm looking at, and I'm not going to say a timeline, but I know that I found someone.
She's watching.
She will be listening. Her ears are perked up. So if she is listening, you're a little midget. But no, yeah, that'd be something I'm looking at. But anyway, that has been a fairly yappy episode. I really, really enjoyed that. We talked about quite a lot there.
No, it's good. That was good.
Yeah.
Anyways, to wrap
do you want to round it up? Yeah.
If you want to work with myself, Camille _ Academy, you can find me on YouTube as well. Trying to get some videos posted up soon, which is going to be quite interesting. If you want to work with Matty, what's your Instagram?
I need to change it. Matt.T_lifts, but you can find me at the Performance Pathway. It's just you'll find a dickhead with that on his logo, and that's me. But yeah, click the link in our bios and stuff.
Yeah, if you want to work with Jack, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Don't work with him. But if you do, Jack _ Academy.
If you're heavily autistic, work with Jack.
Yeah, the autism specialist. Anyways, much love.
Much love.